This is the Education Business Podcast for consultants and business owners providing services in schools. I'm Claire Riley, and I'll be sharing how to start, grow and scale your education business. Today I want to talk about the power of taking your customers or potential customers on a personal journey with you. How you can show who you are, what you're passionate about, what you believe in, and what is going on in your life to build relationships and in the end hopefully make sales. So I was supposed to have launched a new podcast a few weeks ago. I was all in, I was super focused on delivering, and things in my life just kept going wrong. One thing after another. First, it was shoulder pain for me that just seemed to be getting worse. Then it was 4 full days where our children were at home instead of at school. And this made writing and recording the episodes really difficult because I can't record when they're in the house, and obviously it's difficult to write them as well. But I powered through and I made the best of it. Then we took the kids away for a few days and I slipped and I made my shoulder worse. Then it was the school holidays and, we ended up having additional responsibilities that week due to extended family members being ill. Then it was Ed being ill and me taking on parenting during the school holidays on my own, whilst obviously still trying to prepare for this podcast launch, of course. And yes, with the shoulder that was restricted and painful, it just got worse. Then the children were off school again after the school holidays. Ed got ill again, and this time it was serious. He had a really high fever for quite a few days, and then we noticed that he had this strange growing mark on his leg, cellulitis. So he was on IV antibiotics for 7 days. He was to and fro to the hospital, ferried around by me, of course, which ate into all my work time. Obviously, I was on double parenting responsibilities, cooking, I was doing 2 lots of school runs, yada, yada, yada. And of course, this all made my shoulder much, much worse as well. So in the middle of that final week, I had to make a choice. I just had to let some stuff go. I had to rearrange my life for the time being, look at a new path going forward. And I had to find a way to be okay with it. And the thing is, we all have stuff going on, don't we? I'm not special. I'm not different. Everyone has stuff going on at points in their life. We all have those curveballs that are thrown at us. And I could have kept that story very, very private, and I could have tried to find a way to do it, but not very well. And that would have been my right to do so, to keep it private. But what I've actually done is that I've used the message and shared the story with my potential customers and my actual customers as well. And this can be any story. It doesn't have to be like a tragic story. It can be a personal story or it can be about business. But it's the journey that you're on. It's okay to let people know that you're still learning or you still don't yet have all your ducks in a row. But I actually think it's really important to share these stories with potential clients or with your clients. And here are the 5 reasons why I've shared my personal story with my audience to maybe inspire you to do the same. Number 1, people really appreciate honesty. If you want your audience to believe in what you have to say in tough business times, when it might be really hard to believe you, then practice that by sharing the truth with them at other times so they can feel how genuine you really are, and then they'll stand by you when things get tough. Number 2, build the know, like and trust factor. So when you take people on a journey with you, one that they can recognize for themselves, you give them more reasons to relate to you. They might find commonality in what you have to share with the parenting struggles or with the health struggles. Number 3, it's part of the puzzle when it comes to a powerful and deeper connection. So if they see you as a successful person who still has struggles, then you seem more normal to them. It's more possible for them to see how they can also benefit by using your service. It's a cause that they can get on board with. It humanises you and it shows that you're real and that you have real challenges to deal with. Number 4, it sets a precedent. So this is especially important if you're a one-man band. So you're letting your audience know that you are important as well, and that there will be times when you may step back a little from the business and maybe not be there 24/7, and that's okay, and that they should expect that. It's a really good way to set some boundaries. They also know perhaps that they might have to expect a little bit of a delay for whatever's been affected in your business. Number 5, it promotes engagement. Don't make stories up, but they are useful in marketing. They're a useful marketing tool in that they promote engagement because people will comment or they'll show concern. Or if it's a happy story, then they'll celebrate you because people really relate to stories. They really like stories. So try not to feel uncomfortable when you do this, that you are using it as a very strategic marketing tool, but know that that's what it can be used for, a very strategic marketing tool. Personal story is such an important part of modern business. We all want to know the people behind the products now. I've literally just launched the new version of Education Business Club, and the new way we are doing things includes monthly trainings, and I'm sharing lots of stories in there to show you what it really takes to build an education business and stay in the game. We learn so much more by people's stories, and we take from it what we need to take at that particular time. You know, stories can be more open to interpretation based on what someone needs to hear, so people can get a lot more out of a story. The first training that went up last week is all about fair exchange, and I share some of the early stories that shaped my negative mindset in business when I first began, because I had a really negative mindset. And I didn't know how to protect myself back then. I didn't know how to protect my mind. So I really hope that by sharing my stories and the lessons that I've learned, that I can help you skip over some of the hurdles that were very much in my way when building Classroom Secrets in the beginning. So if you're interested in joining the club, then you can visit educationbusinessclub.co.uk, and I will see you in there with all the other members. Thank you for listening to the Education Business Podcast. To get more information to grow your business, sign up at educationbusinessclub.co.uk.